Let's begin. Today's August 15th, 2024, and we're solving the Daily Turing Machine Puzzle. Today's puzzle uses the following 6 criteria cards. Criteria card 2, 6, 13, 16, 20, and 22. And the puzzle uses the green verification cards. The code above is your way to get more information on today's puzzle by searching the code on turingmachine.info. Let's go solve. So in the grid above, we've got our 6 criteria cards. On the top row, we've got criteria card A, criteria card B, and criteria card C. On the bottom row, we've got criteria card D, criteria card E, and finally criteria card F. Criteria card A looks at our first digit, the triangle digit, and compares it to the number 3. So should the value of triangle be less than 3? Should it be equal to 3? Or should triangle be greater than 3? Criteria card B looks at our middle digit, the square digit, and the Turing Machine will let us know whether it is an even digit or an odd digit. Criteria card C will look at our square and circle digit and compare them. So should the value of square be less than circle? Should they be equal to each other? Or should square be greater than circle? Criteria card D will look at the 3-digit solution and will let us know a little bit about the ratio of even to odds. So should there be more even than odds, or should there be less even than odds? Criteria card E again looks at our 3-digit solution, but this time it'll let us know a little bit about its structure, so to speak. Specifically, one scenario is that there could be no repetitions, meaning that all the digits are unique, as in the example 125, or it could be a double number, where there is a single digit repeated, as in the example 112, or it could be a triple number, where there's a single digit repeated 3 times, as in the example 222. And finally, criteria card F again looks at our 3-digit solution, but this time it'll let us know something about the ordering of the values from triangle to square to circle. So should the values be in an ascending order, meaning that they're increasing, as in the example 135? Should they be in a descending order, where they are decreasing, as in the example 421? Or should they have no order? So look at the example 231. Notice that it goes from 2 to 3, where it increases, but then it goes from 3 to 1, and then it decreases. So it's this shift from increasing to decreasing, or, in other examples, decreasing to increasing. That is one way to define that a 3-digit code has no order. Other examples that we've seen throughout solving the puzzles is that if there are 2 consecutive digits, meaning 2 numbers that come right after another, and they are equal, that is also an example of no order, because it neither increases to decreases from that same digit. So we've seen other examples. Well, those are the 6 criteria cards, and remember, the objective of today's puzzle is to find that unique 3-digit code that abides by all of the 6 criteria cards we just discussed. And we're going to start off with an initial proposal of 314. So the first thing I want to test is I want to know a little bit about that middle digit, whether it's an even or an odd. So let me go ahead and test criteria card B. Okay, so the Turing Machine does not approve of what I chose. I did choose an odd 1. Since it disapproves of it being odd, it's letting me know that, yeah, square is even. So let's go ahead and type that up in our notes in section B, that square is even. And since it is even, well, we can cross out all the odds. So let's cross out 1, 3, and 5. Okay, so we do have at least a single even. Let's go ahead and test criteria card D to find out a little bit about the ratio of even to odds. So let's test D. Okay, so it approves of my proposal. Notice I do have 2 odds to a single even, and the Turing Machine approves of that. So yeah, it's basically letting me know that it is true that there are less even than odds. So let's go ahead and type that up in section D. So there are less even than odds. And since we do have that single even already established in square, that basically means that triangle and circle must be odd. So let me just add a note there that triangle and circle are odd. Okay, and so since they are odd, let's go ahead and cross out the evens, 2 and 4, from both triangle and circle. Well, now we have an idea of what it looks like. It's going to be odd, even, odd. And notice that we also have this criteria card, E, that will let us know whether there are any repetitions or there could be a double number. So let's go ahead and test criteria card E. Okay, so again, looking at my proposal, the Turing Machine does approve of it. There are no repetitions. So let's go ahead and type that up in section E. So we'll say the solution has no repetitions. And so basically what that means is that triangle and circle are indeed going to be unique. They're not going to be identical odd digits. Well, that does it for this round. We did complete our 3 Turing tests. And so now we're going into the phase where we're going to discuss how to construct a good second round proposal. So notice we didn't test criteria card A. That'll let us know what kind of odd digit triangle might be. We also didn't test criteria card C, comparing square and circle. Well, now we know square is even and circle is odd, so that could help us. And of course we didn't test the ordering of the digits, whether it's ascending, descending, or no order. And so let's take a look. Okay. Well, I am kind of curious about criteria card A to establish what triangle might be. Remember, our 2 odds are going to be distinct, so there's got to be a way to sort of define it. And besides criteria card A, the ordering may play a part in it somewhat. Of course, it's pretty straightforward. If it's 1, it's less than 3. If it's 3, it's equal to 3, and if it's 5, it's greater than 3. So, it's not a 50-50, but at least we know we're guaranteed to, we know that it's odd. And then what about criteria card C, the ordering? Somehow we're going to have to figure this out. Obviously, it can't be equal, so that's great. So we know that it's either going to be squares less than or greater than. And again, somehow the ordering card is going to play some part. So I'm thinking something like, it's either going to be less than, where square is less than circle, and well, let's see, how would that work if there's some kind of ordering? We wouldn't really be able to establish 3 and 5 are both greater than 2. How would ordering help us? Perhaps it's going to have some kind of ascending or descending possibility. Well, if it's ascending, I guess even 3, 4, 5 is ascending. Oh, I see. Something maybe like 523, where because we know they have to be distinct, the 5 for circle cannot be chosen. So something like that, 523 or 143, something to that effect. But let me go ahead and do 523. Let's see if that works out. Okay, so basically the reason I chose that is sort of based on what the value of triangle is. So let's go ahead and test criteria card A. Okay, so obviously it's not greater than 3, so we have narrowed it down to be either less than 3 or equal to 3. So let's write that up. So triangle is either going to be less than or equal to 3. And so we know that it can't be a 5, which basically maybe allows circle to be 5, potentially. Okay, let's now, I guess, let's go ahead and test criteria card C. Okay, there we did get lucky. Again, it was a 50-50, so we knew it wasn't going to be equal. But in this case, we did choose to have circle be less, where square is less than circle. Since I did choose a 2 for square and 3 for circle, 2 is less than 3. So overall, we know square has to be less than circle, since the Turing machine approved of that. So let's go type that up. That square is less than circle. Okay, and since it is less than, what can we cross out anything? Well, we can cross out, I believe, circle as 1, because if circle is 1, there's nothing smaller that square could be. Okay, so we've crossed out 1. And anything else? Well, 2 is less than 3 and 5, and yeah, 4 is less than 5. Okay, well, that's narrowed it a bit. Let's see. Yeah, maybe it could be something like 3, 2, 5. We may have to go to a third round, but let's confirm at least what kind of ordering, if possible, can we narrow it down. So let's go ahead and test criteria card F. Okay, so we've established, I did choose 5, 2, 3 for its no order, so it's just confirming that. So we'll just say that the solution has no order. And at this point, let's see if we can write out some possible solutions. So I'll use this space right here. Okay, so if it's supposed to have no order, and let's start off with triangle as 1. So it can't be 1, 2, because then that would lead to an ascending list of digits, whether it's 3 or 5. So it can't be 1, 2, it's got to be 1, 4. And because it has no order, it can't be 5. It has to go back down to 3. Okay. And then I believe that might be it for 1. Yeah. Okay. So now what about 3? We do have a couple of possibilities. Oh, actually, maybe just 1. It looks like the only possibility is 3, 2, 5. So 3, 2, it can't be 3 because there's no duplicate, so it would be 3, 2, 5. And 3, 4. 3, 4 wouldn't work because either it'd be 3, 4, 5 ascending or 3, 4, 3, and that is not allowed because you'd have a duplicate 3. Wow, so we're down to just 2 possibilities. Okay, well, let's see, can we somehow deduce this value? So triangle, notice that triangle is either 1 or 3. Yeah, square is even. Oh, here we go. 1, 4, 3 would fail for criteria card C. Circle is not bigger than square, right? 3 is not bigger than 4. Okay, so I think we've actually narrowed it down. So it can't be 1, 4, 3. And so 3, 2, 5, does that work? Well, we'd be deducing that triangle is 3. Yes, the middle digit is even. Yes, 2 is less than 5. The first and last are odd. The solution has no repetition, and solution has no order. Well, I think that's a winner. Well, at least, until we confirm it, it looks like a winner. So let's go ahead and type it up here, and let's go verify. Let's see if 3, 2, 5 is indeed the solution. So 3, 2, 5. Excellent. Well, let's go see, what did we test? Well, we did do, luckily, because we listed the solutions and we were able to narrow it down, we did accomplish finding the solution in 6 questions, exactly the number of criteria cards. Always a good indication that we probably at least tied with the Turing machine. We could have even beaten it. So let's go ahead and see. So first round we did B, D, E, and then the second round we did the other 3, and it always was the case where the first was a mistake. So let's do that. Let's do B, D, E in the first round. Okay, so B was wrong, and then we did D and E. In the second round, the first one was wrong, so A was wrong, and then C and F were correct. So let's see how we did. Okay, so yeah, I sort of anticipated that we might have tied with the Turing machine, but it's still a win, right? So when we tie against a Turing machine, it's a win. So, it was a good solve. I honestly did think we were going to have to go to a third round. I thought there were going to be more possibilities, but making sure, looking back at all of the criteria that we had tested previously, making sure that everything did abide by all of them. Sometimes I do tend to make careless mistakes, but this time I was a little extra cautious. So great puzzle. Hope you enjoyed it. And please do add your comments, your ideas to the comment section, and make sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and please subscribe to be notified of the next video. Well, until next time, have a great one.